Hey, this is Captain Morris with the City of Newberry Fire Department. Today we're looking at some auto extrication techniques. We're going to talk about whether you're doing a dash lift or a dash roll. The success in that application a lot of times it comes down to separating the rocker panel from the extension of your A-post and then your main support up here. But we have to have access to that to really be able to see what we're doing. So what we're going to discuss and demonstrate is a technique that we like to use on how to get this panel out of the way. So what we're going to do, we've already had our crews removed this door here. We'll demonstrate that in a different video, but we're going to go ahead and start separating these two, the bolts along the top, the fasteners along the top. So we're just going to get our spreaders. We're going to start spreading. Now I want to get as high as I can, and what I'm trying to do is get this one right here. And you can see that that one's failed. Once it fails, I want to make sure I'm constantly gaining access to the top of that. And you can see the way that rips right away. If I need to perch this and pull down, I can grab it and kind of pull it out of my way. Realistically, that would be enough. We're going to come in yank this out of the way as well. Alright, so we've got good access. At this point, we can access the entire panel here, and this is out of our way. I can see what I'm dealing with. I can see what I need to, the hazards that I have here. If we had an ability to lift the hood up or someone to do that, we could obviously do that. But now I want to create my weak points. I want to prevent the floor from moving in the passenger compartment. In order to effectively perform this task, what we want to do is make sure that we have good cuts all the way through here and through this structural support here. If we don't have cuts all the way through, what's going to happen is it's actually going to pull up the floorboard. And that's going to kind of defeat the purpose of doing this. We may lift the dash, but we may be lifting the patient's legs up as well. So what we're going to start with, we have a little video where we showed you how we remove this, and I'll put that in here. Red, we're going to have you hop in and make a cut. So Red can either purchase there, or he can come out from the side if we need to. So right now, Red, you're getting an intrusion into a patient space, so let's bring you around to the front of the vehicle, okay? Or the side of the vehicle. So come all the way off. There you go. Keep walking around. Nope. Come around here. Right here. Now we're going to make sure that our person that's making that cut's not in the way of the tool. If the tool shifts and starts to change its weight, we don't want them in this space right here. We're going to go all the way to the tool is completed all the cutting that it can. Red, once you get that, you're not all the way through that. So what we're going to have you do, once it goes all the way through, you cut all the way through, you're going to open back up, go back in, and make a second cut, getting everything you can, okay? Especially on this back side, we have some stuff that's not cut. All right, so we bottomed out. So as you open it all the way up, all the way, keep going. All right, and you can see the things you're not able to cut. So if you need to reposition, get up to the and what you're getting right now is the back side of that. And the back side is typically the side that people miss, and that's what's going to hold on to that floorboard. So and once Red's finished making this cut, he's going to hand that tool to our Lieutenant Beck here. Lieutenant Beck is going to make a cut, a relief cut, so that our dash truly lifts. We've already actually done this on the other side, so you'll see truly more of a dash roll. He's going to go, we've already exposed this. We use the Halligan just to peel this open so you can truly see there's a gas shock here. He's avoiding that, but he's going to make that cut. So as Lieutenant makes it all the way through that, once he's confirmed that he's all the way through and he's where he wants to be, we're going to get the ram in place. So when we have the ram in place, we're going to use the ram initially, even though if our patient was here, it's going to take up a lot of room. We're going to go ahead and start the lift. And at this point, what I can do is I can go ahead and check and see if we've got a good cut all the way through here. And you can see right here, there's a little bit right here that's preventing us. So we can do a couple things. One, we can get the saws off, we can get the cutters. I'm gonna take the cutters and do a little bit more right there in that area. Just that little extra will be enough to get the lift we're after. All right, you got a battery red? All right, so I've captured this. I'm gonna lift a little bit, red. Go ahead and get those spreaders in there. And once he's got that, I'm gonna go ahead and get my tool out of the way. And what you're doing, what is the lift? That hoe there. So we can leave this tool in play and we have full access to our patient at this point. Notice that the floorboard did not lift up. We do get a little bit of movement, but we're minimizing movement by truly getting all the way through the extension of that pillar where it comes all the way down and ties into our rocker panel. We want good separation there, and then we want to make sure that we're not lifting the whole engine up with this vehicle. So realistically, if you can cut on the back side before the shock, that's the best place to cut. Sometimes that's not feasible. We were able to play with this car a little bit and find that this one we were able to cut back here. Sometimes there's a secondary support rail that runs here. If that's the case, you may not be able to get deep enough in. You can make a pie cut, so we could cut here and then cut here to get a third cut in if we needed to. But that shows a good technique for whether you're doing a dash roll or a dash lift to truly get the dash out of the way without disturbing the patient's feet.